Since I came in the game, never been the same. Yeah, take the bull by the horn. New incarnation, legacy reborn. The bar's too low, gotta raise it up. The next generation, toast raise a cup. I control the game. You want to lose my name? Yeah. When it's been about the rooftop, 'cause I can't stop. From my high plane, I control the game. You want to know my name? Yeah. When it's been about the rooftop, 'cause I can't stop. Remember, waste the all time. 'Cause I can't stop. Remember, waste the all time. 'Cause I can't stop. Remember, waste the all time. 'Cause I can't stop. Remember, waste the all time. 'Cause I can't stop. Remember, I tell them bring it on. Try to get the goal, but they must have forgot that I never fold. Fresh face, stay current, yeah, never old. I'm on fire while y'all stay forever cold. That's the way it goes, and you know that. I deserve to be on top, and I'ma show that. The bar's too low, gotta raise it up. The next generation, toast raise a cup. On my high plane, I control the game. You won't lose my name. Yeah. When it's been about the rooftop, 'cause I can't stop. From my high plane, I control the game. You won't know my name. Yeah. When it's been about the rooftop. 'Cause I can't stop. Remember, waste the all time. 'Cause I can't stop. Remember.
hello. You summon the great theory man himself. Well, ask and he shall appear. I mean, hey, if freaking Joe Hendry can do it, I can totally do it.
I feel sick. Send me some bangers so I can feel better. And that's what you guys did. At any point, if you like this video,
say his name and he appears. I believe in the henshin. I believe in the henshin. I was back in London, in Paris, in Tokyo, Scotland, in Canada, and Mexico. They see I believe in the henshin. I say it, women now. I believe in the henshin. Hey man, if Joe Hendry can do it, I can do it. But welcome one and all, once again, to the greatest show on the planet. This is the Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan, the show, the man, the myth, the legend. Are you ready for the new rider? Apparently so. Remember, I try to keep myself very spoiler. I try to stay away from spoilers, so I didn't know what's going on with this episode outside of the preview. They didn't show a suit, so I don't know if there's going to be a new rider or not. But apparently that's the ongoings, apparently. But it looks like out of the frying pan into the fire, we just came off an emotional stream yesterday where I lost my goddamn mind and babbled incoherently for like, what was it, an hour? I babbled for a long time. I think that's the first time any of the shows, whether it's just the ZEZTZ-udan, the GAV-tsudan, or the superhero ZEZTZ-udan in and of itself, went over 2 hours. Like, that's a first. And I will be the first to say it.
It's not perfectly synced.
That's
You know how hard it is to sync 3 damn songs together?
it's I don't want to say it's rough, but man, like, I don't know what to expect. I'm still not gotten over the fact that we're just starting the show over and now we're speed running. So, like, the lore is about to lose its goddamn mind. Lore's about to go crazy up in here. And, I am not ready. Like, I am not ready, like, at all. I'm not ready. I still haven't gotten over yesterday. Last week's episode was mental. We watched it on stream yesterday, and I was beside myself. I don't think I'm ready. Like, I said it before, and I meant it. I do not think I am ready. Like, the dynamic is just so insane going into the show. Actually, matter of fact, because we are 5 minutes away, let me go ahead and grab the link for everybody. Y'all know the deal. Once the show starts, you should be over there. You should be over in the show chat. You didn't see the preview? You kind of feel weird. Does that mean the Baku will give nuts recovery? I don't know. I genuinely don't know what's going to happen. But I do believe that, like, him and Nox are going to see eye to eye now. Like, that's what it feels like to me. John Kamen Rider. Sorry, I was looking at the Tokusatsu feed. Go ahead and pin that. How will he get the Nox driver then? That's a question, isn't it? That's the big question. How does he get the thing, right? How does he get the Nox driver going on? How many minutes? 3 minutes 45 seconds. So, like, how does he get it? How does he get how does he get the Nox driver in this case? Like, how does that work? Where does he get it from? You know? Like, that's actually a good thing we didn't touch on the superhero ZEZTZ-udan is how will everything play back? See what I did there? Play back? How will everything play out? Considering that a lot of the things that happened were because of his moves. So now he's changed shit. So how do certain, like, important things in the story happen? You know? What happens? You know? Something changes. Like, things are changing that we didn't even consider at the moment. But man. Actually, I also figured this out on Twitch. I don't need to, like, link. Because they do actually stream it, so I can just give a shout out to Kamen Rider ZETZ on Twitch. So yeah, if you're on Twitch and you're not on the Kamen Rider ZETZ Twitch channel, check out the shout out and head there. If you're on YouTube, I pinned the feed to the top of the chat, so you'll want to get over there now. We are about to start. We're about a minute and a half away. And to say we are not ready for this is an understatement. He gets it after Baku beats his nightmare. No, because Baku... No, he had it before he faced his nightmare. He had it before. It was when... Wait. That's when he had it before. You just figured it out? Yeah. Alright, let's get... We don't have much time to waste. Let's head over to the cinema. It is time. We are raring to go. Let me go ahead and full screen this. Woo. No, don't leave the chat. Ah, fuck. There we go. Get rid of that. There we go. No, but like maybe they just skip him getting back his original driver and they just go straight to the Nox driver, you know? I feel like that's what it's going to happen. That's what it's going to come down to, I think. All right, let's go ahead and start playing off the music. All right. Here we go, folks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
俺はヨロズバク極秘防衛機関コードに所属し、
No, he's
この世
not.
の悪を撲滅するエージェントという夢を見ていた
Why
普
are
通
you
の高
giving
青
us the
年だ。
same intro?
コードに殺される悪夢から目覚めた俺は、現実でも夢と同じ現象がまた起きていることを悟って、もう何も爆破させない。警視庁が爆破される悪夢を未然に防いだ。ただの夢じゃない。あれは予知夢だ。
A premonition.
だとしたら、俺が果たすべきミッションはただ一つ。Don't make my dream come true. 俺の夢を現実にするな。
Okay, where are they now? It's an amphitheater of some sort.
これから見せるのは俺が見た長い夢。
Oh, okay. So this is like... Wait, is this a recap?
現実に起こりうる物語だ。 Share the confidential information.
Wait, is this a recap episode? Oh, I gotta mute. Copyright. I want to listen to the theme, but I don't want to get my channel copyright struck because we just lost the one they put on us before. Don't want to risk losing it. Oh, you know I'm gonna be listening to it later. Okay, now this feels like a proper intro, man. Holy shit. Oh my god, what the fuck? 3 showed some goddamn emotion there. What the hell? Holy shit, this new intro slaps. Catastrom. By the way, am I the only one that thinks that at some point he's gonna get like a blue and red form? I don't know why. I just get this feeling like he's gonna get like a, you know, I don't remember the name of the revice forms, but I'm thinking of the like last ones they get, the last big power up they got in revice. So I think this is a recap episode. I mean, they haven't done one in the entire series, so it makes sense.
ミッションだ。ターゲットを捕獲しろ。
彼は
コードナンバー7。組織にとって脅威となる力に目覚めた可能性がある。
随分な指令だな。仲間をやれってのか。
指令は絶対だ。
はいはい。
もしターゲットが抵抗したら
What if the target fights
生死
back?
は問わない。Z ドライバーを回収しろ。
Uh-oh.
了解。
Ooh. You're not alone in here, you know that, right?
俺幼い頃からエージェントになる夢ばかり見ていたんだ。
Okay, so they're going about the recap in an interesting way. You know what? And it's merited. It's merited here. Because again, we just reset the whole timeline. No one else in the current timeline knows what the fuck is going on.
夢の中では俺は無敵のエージェントだった。
So this tracks. Let me turn this down just a little bit.
現実は当然夢のようにはいかなくて。大丈夫。俺ならできる。ついてっちゃダメだ。
Wham!
あの事故で生死をさまよった時、俺の長い予知夢は始まった。夢の中の夢でナイトメアに出会って。
Chokeslam! I forgot about that.
必死に逃げた末にたどり着いたのがZEZTZルームだった。ここは
This place is your subconscious mind. Make your dream come true.
ナイトメアに対抗するため
Oh my god, that
コードが
phrase
開
has
発
an
したシステ
ultimate.
ム
Holy
ZEZTZ ドライバーとカ
shit.
プセル I'm on it 変身
That just clicked in my fucking head. Looking back on it now,
俺は ZEZTZ に
holy
変身する
fuck.
力を得た
The start of this series that make his dream come true. He goes through the whole dream. Everything ends up happening. Now his mission in real life is not to make it come true.
なぜか本当に Z ドライバーを身につけていた。
Good morning, go number 7.
俺本当にエージェントになったんですか？
君がすべきことはただ一つ。他人の夢へと潜入捜査し、ナイトメアの悪夢を未然に防ぐこと。
This is crazy, man.
そして俺は司令官ゼロのもとコードのエージェントとしてミッションを遂行する日々を送り始めた。
そんなことがあったんだ。バクがエージェントに？
Of course he would do
やは
this.
りナイトメアは存在してたんだな。俺の言った通りだろうナスカ。
信じるのが早い。
みなみちゃん。
そもそもナイトメアって何なの？
悪夢に現れる怪物だ。ナイトメアは夢主の深層心理を歪んだ悪夢の形で叶える。
You know what? If you're gonna do like so far, I do like the story being told in the way it is.
ナイトメアが悪夢を叶えてしまうと
お前の夢は叶った。
夢主の体がナイトメアに乗っ取られてナイトメアが現実の世
I
界
love how they immediately look at him.
俺がそんな目に。
ナイトメアの悪夢から人々を守るためにコードは極秘で活動していた。
コードは
Confidential, Organized, Defensive, Establishment。世界各国の諜報機関が軍や警察では対処できないナイトメアなどの超常現象に対抗するために合同で組織した防衛機関だ。
そんな組織があったんだ。私たちの知らないところで守ってくれてたんだね。
だがコードに反逆する人間がいた。その一人が行方不明だった海事課の元警察官小高健生。藤見さんがずっと探していた部下だ。
あいつ夢であったんだな。
ああそうだろう。
Nooks.
小高さん、あんたは元コードのエージェントだった。
Ding!
Number 4至急援護頼む。
No backup. Finish it alone.
They threw him into the wolves,
休
man.
みってことか。
Good luck.
コードに切り捨てられたあんたは反逆者ノクスとなった。あんたはナイトメアを手引きしながら組織に復讐しようとしていた。
ターゲットは私だろ。
お前にも悪夢を見せてやる。
So wait, does that mean he also saw like the scenes with number 2 and Knox? Like, did he see that in his dream? That's the big question there. Crank myself up just a little bit because I feel like I'm not speaking as loud as I can. Again, this is like I'm still tweaking the settings here. Might need to turn down that just a little more. Yeah, I think we're good there. Hopefully I'm not too loud for you guys.
あいつが
ノクスを止めるため コードは新たな戦力を投入した。コードナンバー5、そして6、宮本クレハだ。
コードに従う愚か者は抹殺する。
抹殺されるのはお前だ。
変身。
Dude, like, I can't really like speak on this because it's literally a clip show. We've seen all of this before.
死ぬ気で来い。
それでもノクスの反逆を止められず。
Like, I'm not adding anything new to the conversation. This is just literally going to be a chill, sit back and take in the story kind of thing.
遅かったな。
二人は殉職してしまった。
クレアが。
Uh-oh. Shit's about to go down.
ブランクがあるくせに強気だな。
この奥か。
悪夢を終わらせるため、俺はあんたと戦うしかなかった。
お前の力をよこせ。
だから俺の深層心理に宿るナイトメアの力を使い、
カタストロー。お前はコードが生んだ悪夢の申し子だ。
お前を壊す。
カタストロークラッシャー。
俺は反逆者のクスを始末した。
セブン、もう後戻りはできないぞ。変身した者は人の道を。
Damn. But we have to relive that again. Even though it was just a few weeks ago.
つけるしかないんだ。お前が俺を。
バカがそんなことを。
よろずばく、お前小高をやったのか。殺人の容疑で逮捕だ。
夢の話せ。
どうしてそんなことに。
全ての元凶はノックスのバックにいた。君の母親だ。ネム。
Uh-oh. Now we're getting deep.
お母さん。
予知夢から目覚めた今、感じるんだ。夢で起こっていたことの全てを。
ようやく会えた。ネム。
お母さん。
悪夢の20年間だった。あなたが生まれたあの日から。
コードのエージェントだった彼女はナイトメアの悪夢に苦しんでいた。そしてそのナイトメアの力によって
God, that
現実に生み出された。
Dude, this is still mental.
レプリカ。あとはこちらで処理する。
君の母親は君を守るためにコードを潰そうとした。そうとは知らず、俺は悪夢を止めようとしてお前を壊す。
やめて。壊さないで。私のお母さんを壊さないで。
ネム。
あ
ナイトメアに心を打った代償ね。もう分かってるでしょ。コードの恐ろしさを。
Still, man. Still.
偽装。君は目覚めてはいけない力に目覚め壊れてしまった。グッバイ。
俺が見た予知夢はここまでだ。
この長い夢をたった一晩で。
そんな情報量20分やそこらでは消化しきれない。
だが信じるに値する。
そうだね。
肝心なのはこれから起こる悪夢の現実にどう立ち向かうかだ。
一匹の蝶の羽ばたきが
We never do learn her real name,
世界
though.
の運命を変える。コードナンバー7。予知夢の力に目覚めるなんて。
Oh shit!
面白い子。
I don't think she expected that.
運命は変わり始めている。
その通り。
コードか。
とんだ広いもんだな。元コードナンバー4。
組織の命によりお前の運命はここで終わる。
クレア。
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Denied.
残念だな。そっちはダミーだ。
我々の行動も想定済みということか。
もう二度と俺はあんな悪夢を見たくない。
Wait.
誰にも見せたくない。だか
Plasma!
ら誓う。Don't make my dream come true.
偽装。
I might.
Hit. Snap! Come on! Do the thing! Yes! Sorry, you don't get to do your henshin sequence. Now we're getting somewhere, baby. Action! It's big, baby! Yeah, not like Nox is like doesn't have the same power. Like Mexican standoff. Let's go.
この中で誰が生き残るか楽しみだな。
And thus the variable. Incoming. Holy shit.
こんな情報入ってきていない。
Holy, what am I looking at?
運命はすでに変わっているんだ。
Look, oh my god, look at that suit. I don't know why. That screams female writer at me. I don't know what it is. Is it the color scheme? I don't know. Or maybe because the chest is protruding a little bit. Boom! Love it.
次回仮面ライダー Z 誰だお前は。ジークが現れたそうだな。
Zeke?
はコードだけじゃない。
叶えてあげたいから彼の夢を。
I didn't get to see the guy's face. I couldn't tell from where I was sitting. I couldn't tell from where I was sitting, but like, okay, it might have actually been a dude because like the hair was in a weird way, but I don't know. Like that, that's putting it lightly. Like, let's be real. It wasn't majority a clip episode. It's a recap episode, but I'm not holding it against the episode because I felt like that was the only true way you could do a clip show. Was if you restarted the story. Garen? Whew. I'm sorry, did you just say Kamen Rider Garen? My boy? Sayako! Budding Divide. Come on. Come on, but who is Sieg? If I were to wager a guess, we already know where Agent 2 is. 3, we know where that is. 5 and 6 and 7, we know. So it's and number 4, we know where he is. So logic only states that Sieg is agent number 1. That's what logic dictates. Right? Because all the players... What if he is a criminal of code? I can't really say... Because again, we don't know much about Sieg ourselves. But the whole deal is that it literally... That's literally what it can point to. Right? Because that's the only person... We know Sieg is Dawn, but who is Sieg? That's the thing. So I'm edging on the theory. I'm hedging my bets on the theory that Sieg is code number 1. Right? Because clearly Zero knows who he is. So it only makes sense to me that it would be 1. Right? Code number 1. So that begs the question, now what's the dealio here? Because there's a line that sticks out to me in the preview. And Zero was worried. Yeah, there's a line that sticks out to me in the preview. They're still saying code is not our enemy. Why? Why? There's like so much that's like coming through here that like there's not really anything we can like stick to it. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot we're working with here. like the majority of the episode, but what we know is Sieg is like a powerful lucid dreamer. I mean, that's fair. But besides that, we don't really have much other information to go off of, right? God, it sucks that on Linux I don't have hand tracking because I'm like doing like hand movements and like y'all really can't seem yeah because I'm doing hand movements that would further like extend the gravitas of how I'm feeling, but on Linux there is no hand tracking, so it's like no. So work with what you got. But the fact of the matter is this: is that we don't know much. We're pretty much going in there as blind as we did at the start of this episode, right? Pretty much, we've been left blind for the past couple of weeks since the restart. Once they shot Baku and everything like restarted, we genuinely been in the dark. And now, even though the clip show was meant to like recap it to the characters in world what he saw, that's a whole thing in and of itself. Because does the lady know who Sieg is? No, we don't know that for a fact because the only time we saw her was when she was explaining that Baku had developed premonitory dreams. He developed the power of premonitory dreams. If I were to guess though, the fact that that's mentioned and now we have Zieg coming into the mix, I wouldn't be surprised if Zieg also has that power. I wouldn't be surprised if Zieg in and of itself has the power to do premonitory thought, right? Because the way I feel like it exists, like there's no way that we're introducing someone who has altered the timeline to this degree. How in the world does Zieg have the punish capsum? That's why I feel like Zieg is somehow related to Code, and that's why I get the feeling he's Code number 1. But that also then adds the question: if Zieg is number 1, that means Zero has got have some power on him, right? I mean, clearly he can transfer his thoughts into a robot and be the robot in the dream. So it's like, I don't know what kind of power that would be, but it's clearly something. What does it mean, though? Hard to say. Ultimately, what it ends up becoming is by kind of like revealing his hand, that early. Obviously, I felt like it was out of confusion that he did it, right? But we see 3 holding a gun at 0. We still don't know what 3's deal is. We still don't know what his dealio is. And to me, that's just kind of weird, right? Like the whole deal with me is that like we can't really like off of those movements really like we can't really pull anything off of the intro. There's really nothing we can pull from that. There isn't really a lot that we can like pull from the intro at this time. Because if you notice, there was a lot of clouded out aspects. So there really isn't much we can pull from that. Right now we can only pull like literally what's in the show. Because remember, intros aren't really indicative of story beats. They're not really indicative of story beats. So begs the question, what can we gather from what we saw in the episode? What can we gather? Right? Because we didn't really have a lot to go on because it was mainly a clip show. But ultimately, everyone was there in that area. At least all the what I'm assuming is that this was, how do I put this? everyone in that room at that time, I think, are going to be big players. That's my big feeling. Because why wait until 5, 6, Nox, Baku, and Nem are in that theater to reveal himself? Why? Why would he do that? And it only leads me to believe that these 5 people in this room are going to be the difference makers, as they were, you know? It's this whole thing of like, how do I put this? I'm struggling for words right now. Here's what we know. Baku had the power of premonitory dreams, and because he changed the future, Sieg is now in his timeline. He's more power than zero. So, So, in fact, by stopping the bomb nightmare as early as he did, Sieg had no reason to, like, get interfered. You know what I mean? But it would still like, question, like, Sieg's motives. He pretty much radically changed the future. In what way, though? Like, Kamen Rider Garen being the actor for Sieg is crazy. I'm amazed that, like, here's the thing. I'm always iffy about established Kamen Riders reprising roles where they become Kamen Riders again. Because at that point, I feel like you're muddying the territory a little bit, right? Like, if it's an extension, it makes sense. Like how Black RX was the extension of Black, right? And then they kind of like do some crazy CGI in Decade to like explain that. But like when you get them playing like a radically different writer, I feel like at that point that's kind of a, how do I put this? That's kind of a weird pull. Forgo Blue was Kamen Rider Alpha and Kamen Rider Falchion. Yeah, but here's the thing. Amazon's has never been brought up in main continuity, right? Whenever they do a season that requires powers of past writers, Amazon's is never brought up in the convo. Like, we had Legend, and we had, obviously, Zeo. Neither times does Amazon's come up in the timeline. Amazon's only really comes up in like TTFC stuff, right? Because they had that one chick from the Resistance in Amazons as a character in Girls Remix. Those are like the only times that I see like Amazons get acknowledged is in like stuff that is so far removed from the main timeline that it doesn't really add up. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, Girls Remix is this thing like so far separated from mainline Kamen Rider lore timeline that like the involvement of some characters in there, like they can kind of get away with it because it's that far removed, right? Have to remember the Zeo stage show and how it explains how him and Shim Kamen Rider and our Showa errors who were put in Heisei. Did they? The problem, though, is not a lot of people are going to follow the stage show, right? Because, one, that's not something you can easily get access to as an American viewer. And they're not exactly like recording like the ZET stage show and putting it on their YouTube channel. So things like that are way out of our reach. Like, we can't, that's not shit we can do, right? But the fact of the matter is this, is that right now, as it stands, having Garen be having the actor who portrays Tachibana play Sieg and thus becoming Kamen Rider Dawn. Now it's like two separate characters, and you're kind of muddying the waters at that point, right? I am awfully concerned about that unless Zeke is a vehicle, right? If Zeke is a vehicle to have that Kamen Rider power like taken from him and given to, say, a Nem. You feel me? Like if he's the conduit, the vehicle, would Zero Henshin or Giso, would he be a new driver? I feel like Zero would be a Lord Invoker. Maybe a God Invoker? I don't know. He'd be an Invoker of some kind. Because at this point, the way we're looking at it is that every like putting the theory that Zeke is code number 1, all the drivers that all the other riders use, the other invokers, the other agents use, have been invokers. We haven't seen 2 use an invoker, but 3. I mean, we don't know if 3 has an invoker, but I would. No, he does have an invoker. He does. 3 has an invoker. 4 had an invoker. 5 and 6 had invokers, but the Z system with 7 is where things start. Like, is when like the entire thing flips, right? Because Baku uses the ZETZ driver. So if I'm going to go off that on this theory here, the invoker systems were like beta systems. They pretty much, the knowledge that they took from those invoker systems is what led to the creation of the ZETZ driver, right? So I would assume that either Zero has a mainline prototype, right, of the ZETZ driver, which I would think kind of like a proto ZETZ, maybe. Or at the very least, the original invoker system. Or it can just be some schmuck in an office that, like, just controls his subordinates because he doesn't have to get his hands dirty. You know what I mean? So it's this whole thing of, like, what does it do? What are we here, like... But the like, going back to my theory, so ultimately it like becomes this whole thing, unless of course Kamen Rider Dawn, if he is code number 1, he could have the prototype of the ZETZ driver, and that's how he becomes Kamen Rider Dawn. You know, like it becomes like there's a whole new world of opportunities, of like speculations and shit in front of us. You know what I mean? Like, this is very much so, very much unknown variables across the board, right? In terms of what Zeke is, what's his game? Is he gonna be like the guy that either like takes all the heat off of Code, or just furthers the fact that Code is the bad guy, right? So it's like there's like so many things going on right now that we know nothing about. We're here in the dark. As far as we're concerned, we're not sure what the hell's going on. We are completely in the dark when it comes to what is going forward, because all we did today was, in an essence, look at the past and then throw a new wrench into the formula with little to no context as to what he is outside of his name and his suit, which, by the way, that suit looks fucking stellar. You feel me? That belt looks fucking... That suit looks fucking beautiful, right? You're looking at the Dawn Henshin device. Is it like, because I didn't see how it was on his armor. To me, it looked like it was a chest piece that had it like in the middle, kind of like Iron Man. That's what it looked like to me, right? It looked like it was a chest plate with the orb plug-in. That's what it looked like to me. Because I'm looking at it, I'm dead set looking at it, and I'm like, I feel like that's like a chest plate thing, you know? Or maybe if we're going with the theory that it's a that one had the prototype, it's like in his body, like a Gav situation, like it's embedded into his body. You know, like maybe he got like maybe he had like it surgically attached to him, or maybe it was like a side effect of using the belt, maybe. Like I'd have to look at the suit again, but like I have it on going again in the background. That scene's about to play again, so I'll probably be able to see it. But ultimately, like we are like blind at this point. The swords, unless they split. Oh, and they split. Why did I see here? Why did I say unless? The swords and they split like Kenzan. Interesting. Interesting. But like, actually, to be fair, there was no orb in his chest. That should have been. So put the capsum in spin and then split the sword. Interesting. The Brickam Dawn. You know what? I'm with the name. I'm with the name. But here we are. Like I did want to also point this out. We are now at the disavowed phase. For all intensive purposes, Baku is now an enemy of Code. Right? He's been disavowed. So Mans is pretty much operating on his own volition. Here's the problem though, if you tell me the names of the actors, more often than not, I won't know who they are. The only fact that the only reason I know it is because you said the actor of Kamen Rider Garen. But I don't know the guy's name. I don't know the guy's name. So if you were to say a name, I'd be like in the blank. I'd be in the dark. I don't know what the fuck's going on. You know, like hey, you know. So like yeah, like because here's the thing. Because the way it is, Baku has a tracker on him. I feel like the belt might have given him away and he knew it. Because obviously it's Code property. So it would definitely have a tracker in it. You know what I mean? Because like obviously I feel like Code would definitely have put trackers in what is their property, right? So I feel like that's how they found them. Okay, I'm looking at it again. What if Zero had a capsule like had the power to control everything? Wouldn't he have used it then? But then again, he's the big boss. He doesn't feel like he needs to use it. If you give someone like a MacGuffin of that level, it doesn't make and then they don't use it, it doesn't make sense. I'm getting build vibes off of Zeeg. Like I can't be the only one, right? Okay, so the chestplate, I thought it looked like it could fit an orb in there. No, that's just how it looks. Cause like it has like these prongs on the inside, and it's like like it's got these prongs, so I don't feel like it's there to hold anything. It's meant to look more like a speaker. For what reason, though, I don't know. I just looked at Zero when he said Zeke is resurfaced. He totally did the people's eyebrow. He totally did like, if you smell what the rock is cooking, you know? Like he totally did that. And that angle also made him look maniacal. He raises his eyebrow, he's like, it's like the most disturbing. It's like that Jim Carrey face when, like in that one interview, it looks like that. Like there's something going on there. And I think maybe that like there's a little unhingedness from the plan not playing out as it was supposed to. Why have nightmares in cages? Wouldn't be surprised if he's harvesting them for power. Probably has more capsims than he was let on to believe. But yeah, ultimately, I'm going to stretch here for a minute. Ultimately, we can speculate, but we don't really have a lot to work with in terms of speculation. We don't really have a lot of things going on there, right? We genuinely are kind of pulling at straws here because we don't have a lot to work with. But once they reveal more to us, then we can actually start like trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. For now, all we know is we got a guy. His name is Zeeg. He's Kamen Rider Dawn. That's it. That's all we got. So ultimately, I think that's where we're going to call it today. I think it's probably a good time to like just shut it down. I will give you guys a heads up. There will be no Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan next week as I have IRL obligations next week. But we will be doing the Superhero ZEZTZ-udan next Sunday. Right? We'll be doing the Superhero ZEZTZ-udan again next Sunday. But we will still have the Space Sheriff Gavsudan tomorrow, and then next week we'll do that, and then everything should go back to normal the following week, pending a few IRL situations I'm trying to sort out. Unfortunately, like right now I'm kind of like just trying to make things work, but it's been rough. I'm hoping I don't have to like put up a GoFundMe or anything for help because right now things are looking kind of rough, But I don't want to get you guys involved in that. My personal life is my personal life, but I hope it doesn't come to that. But we'll approach that bridge if we end up getting there. Hopefully everything will be fine. But just to let you guys know, next week there will be no Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan. We will be doing instead a Superhero ZEZTZ-udan on Sunday. But tomorrow we're still as normal. And then next week I'm going to do my thing, and then on Sunday we're going to do the Superhero ZEZTZ-udan, and after that should return to normal, hopefully. So everybody, fingers crossed. Hopefully, good things come to pass for your boy, that I can continue to do this show in April and beyond. So everyone, just like fingers crossed. So hopefully I won't have to do that, but if it happens, it happens. Anyway. That's gonna do it for the Superhero Zets for the Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan today. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Space Sheriff Gavsudan episode 5. We're going back to see our boy Gavan Bushido. I hope you guys enjoyed, because right now we're in uncharted waters. What the future holds for us, I don't know in terms of the show, because right now a lot of plot points have yet to be revealed to us. And we don't have a lot to go off of to speculate, but hopefully we will learn more in the coming weeks. And then from there, speculation city. But until then, I am, of course, your host with the most, the mercenary with the kicks, coming to you from 2286, call sign Henshin, reminding you that the future is yours and yours alone to seize. So seize it by any means necessary. I love y'all. Let's go ahead and find someone to raid on the Twitch side of things. On YouTube, chill for just a second. Who's doing stuff? I'm gonna send y'all to my on the Twitch side. I'm gonna send y'all to my boy Jay Sizzle. He's about to he's gonna play some Unicorn Overlord. So I'm gonna send y'all over to him. Let's go ahead. Raid Jay Sizzle. Love Jay Sizzle. He's the chef. He's the VTuber chef. He's not a VTuber, but he cooks for VTubers, if that makes any sense. He does the good cook. He does the good cook. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Space Sheriff Gabsida. Until then, take it easy. I love y'all. Peace out.